everyone. Thanks for joining us for Thursdays at 3 with SCC. Each week we talk about different programs and student services that we offer, along with a time for answering any questions that you may have. Be sure to register for a t-shirt giveaway. The link has been posted in the chat on Teams, and then will also be posted in the comments on Facebook. And because you can't get off of Facebook Live and go register, you will have until 4 p.m. today to register yourself for that free t-shirt. All we ask for is your name and address and your t-shirt size, and then we'll just send it out to you in the mail. Each week we open up with a different staff member here at SCC. So here is this week's staff member.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sarah Edmond Burton, and I work in the business office here at SCC. And I'm very excited that you're here to learn about some of the great programs that SCC offers. During today's open house, you will learn about our Computerized Manufacturing and Machining program. You will also hear how SCC is helping to meet the needs of our students and their families through the Share and Care Center. We're very excited to share this information with you and hope that you'll be able to join our SCC family. No matter what path you take, we want you to know that here at SCC, we are all here to answer your questions and to guide you, and that everyone here at SCC is committed to your success.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for joining us. Each slide that we show on the screen will have contact information posted so that you can take a picture or a screenshot for later. This open house is also being recorded, and you can go to our website and you can watch it again, or you can share it with someone who you may think might be interested in that. I'd like to welcome Curtis Cash. He's the coordinator and instructor for the Computerized Manufacturing and Machining program. Curtis, are you there?
I am.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Awesome. So I'm just going to ask you some questions about your program so we can highlight the Computerized Manufacturing and Machining. And if anybody is joining us as a guest and has any questions, you are free to type those in the chat box or unmute your microphone. There's also a little thing in Teams where you can raise your hand. So feel free to do that as we're speaking along the way. This program, the Computerized Manufacturing and Machining, is offered on our Somerset campus. And Curtis, can you tell us about the program in general? What are our students learning in your program?
Okay. Students enrolled in the Computerized Manufacturing Machining program are preparing themselves for several different career choices. Our number one choice would probably be a machinist or a CNC machinist is the most likely path. But we also have several students going into die maintenance, CNC programmers, several quality jobs like quality control, quality assurance, inspection of different sorts. Because our work is so precise, we do use a lot of measuring tools and different methods to check the parts we make to assure accuracy. So therefore that qualifies them for that. We are fortunate to have 2 classrooms and 2 large shops, so we can spread out, and that's really important in the time we're at right now. It's kind of uncertain what all is going to happen this fall, but we are fortunate to have a lot of space, so we can spread our students out, and we are really looking forward to this fall and training up some more students. Our students we'll also have a strong foundation in additive manufacturing. Eric Woolridge and myself have worked together, and in the machine shop, we do not specialize, 100% in the additive manufacturing, but we do quite a bit of that. We have 8 3D printers. We use different types of filament like PLA, PETG, even metal filament that we can send out and have sintered and actually make resin parts. Along with the resin printers that we have a new HP plastic printer as well as a large metal printer. So all of those resources will be available for our students, to learn and to, make an impact in the workforce.
Great, and I know I've actually went down and snapped a few pictures of the shop there. So the slide that you're seeing on the screen is actually our shop here at the Somerset campus. And I know that the students, there's really two components to the machining process. They learn really how to design things on the computer first and then actually go to the machine and make the parts and things. Is that correct?
That is correct. And we will actually, we use what's called CAM software. It's kind of like CAD, but we can assign tooling and toolpath geometry with that. So we can take that first initial drawing and we can actually print that. We can make it on the metal printer, on the, of course, we do more with the 3D printers. It's so much more economical. You're talking, pennies to make a part with that versus the other way. So we can take that same print and manufacture a couple different ways, and then they see the advantages of both.
Okay, fantastic. And so you did talk a little bit about the additive manufacturing. Tell us about how your students are working, like you said, together, and how those two programs really tie together.
Okay, we may have some new people maybe not familiar with the two different. So to kind of simplify it, the CMM program is more of, subtractive manufacturing. We start with solid objects. Sometimes our bar stock comes in 20 feet long. So we may cut a section of that. We put it maybe in a CNC mill. So the milling machine uses different type cutters, end mills, reamers, drills, and we cut away what we don't need. So that's kind of the baseline of that. So the additive manufacturing starts on the base plate, and it uses filament, the plastic powder, metal powder, whatever we're doing, and we build from the ground up with that method. So there's not as much waste, but sometimes it doesn't have the strength. The solid material for machining, for instance, if you were in stamping dies or anything like that, manufacturing anything big and heavy, you're going to have the additional strength and stuff. But smaller, more complex parts is where the additive really is hands down, the leader right now. So we use both. We can sometimes have the additive manufacturing part, and we can drill, we can ream, we can tap, which is putting threads in it, which is really difficult to print, but it's really easy to machine. So a lot of times we do a combination of, and get the completed part. So we're just fortunate to have both, and there's not always one way that's the best. So sometimes a combination, or they have their own specialties, so it's good that we can expose our students to all, because many of our facilities that we send students to are using both of them. They have both in the same place. They would, on a daily basis, they could do both. So that's why it's so important to us to merge our two programs together on that.
Yeah, and that's great that we have that innovation, so that they can get the hands-on experience here, and then when they go out into the workforce, they're right there and they're ready. They know exactly what that manufacturer is doing and talking about, and maybe even have some newer ideas for some that's not up on that technology yet.
Correct.
Yeah. Curtis, tell us about a typical student schedule for this program. I know I meet with a lot of potential students and they want to know, how many days a week do I come, for how long, things like that.
Very good question. We are fortunate to have two instructors, so we do have some flexibility on some lab time. But the first semester, actually the first two semesters, they would have 2 full days and 1 half day. Currently, that has been Monday and Wednesday. They will be around 3:15, 8 to 3:15 will be their schedule, and then Tuesday they will be 8 to 11:30. So the first year, the first 2 semesters, spring and fall, would be 2.5 days. After that, their days would conclude before 3 o'clock, but they would be on campus all 4 days.
Okay, and usually Fridays are kept for instructor meetings, maybe some makeup work, things like that. But typically we don't have classes.
Yes, we do offer makeup, and that may be a possibility with our lab space, even though it's large. We do have some flexibility, and we will be available on Friday. but right now it is not required.
Okay, great. And like I said earlier, your program is very hands-on, so the more they can be here and be in the lab and be learning things and working on things is the better for them. So that sounds great, but it sounds like they could actually also work if they needed to as well.
Yes, and we have, that's not really your question, but we have several places that actually desire to get part-time help. They like that, and where they're off all day on Friday, and even early, on some days they can get some hours in, get some experience, and that just a lot of places start, even though they're part-time, they will start their time, and then that just raises them up, to better jobs quicker.
Absolutely. So while we're talking about jobs, how about the job outlook for machinists? What is that looking like in the next, couple years?
It is really good. We all had the COVID-19 scare. Most places had a couple weeks. It was kind of some even had some layoff, but since then they have. I've been in contact with many of them. Everything's basically 100%, and actually most of them have reported they're behind now. So it was kind of bad there, the slow times, but now that's got them behind. So that's good for our side. Putting students. I had calls. Had a call yesterday wanting two students, two graduates, and they would start them at $20 an hour, and their top out pay is 35. That's $20 an hour, benefits, and they pay 100% of the health care. So we have some really good jobs available that our students can fill now and going forward.
Absolutely. I think another maybe thing that this pandemic has taught us is that maybe some of our manufacturers and things need to start making things in the USA. So that may even be potentially bringing back more jobs.
Yes, and make us stronger. I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, we won't get into politics here. We'll just talk about our programs. And so one of the things that a lot of students always ask me is, I don't know anything about machining. I don't have any prior knowledge. That I know that's not something we require, but just talk about that just a little bit. They don't need to have a knowledge of machine tool before they start, right?
That is correct. They do not need a background. Nothing is expected. We start from scratch, and we train the students. Gary Lawless and myself, we can take those from zero all the way to our graduate level. So we can do that. We have really good equipment. We have updated equipment, so they're going to be trained on machines and have the skills that's either the same or better than most of our local industry. So we are fortunate to have the good equipment, and they will get good training. But yes, they can start. They're not expected to know anything. That's what the program is all about.
Absolutely. And I'll just add that, even though we think about machines and machine tooling as maybe more male predominant, that is not the case. We accept males and females and everybody here into any of our programs that are interested. So I'll just also put that out there. You all could teach me from ground zero up, right?
That's correct.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Curtis, for joining us and for this information. If anyone is interested in computerized manufacturing and machining, or if they have any questions, Curtis's information is on the slide, and feel free to reach out to him. He'd be great about answering questions. Also, I'll just mention, because I did put it on the slide, this is also a Work Ready Kentucky scholarship program. That means that there's free tuition available within this program after any financial aid is used. So just something else to put out there for our students. Thank you so much, Curtis.
Thank you.
Okay, and we are going to now switch it over and talk about our Share and Care Center. And we're going to learn about how SCC is working to assist our students through this Share and Care Center. I'd like to welcome Tashiana Bagan. Tosh has played a key role in helping to establish the Share and Care Center. Thanks for joining us, Tosh.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And tell us about how this idea kind of came to fruition. And It was just an idea of helping students, and then it turned actually into the reality of a Share and Care Center.
Right. So this basically started as a staff council project idea, where, it was just kind of small, like what can we do to give back to our students? What can we do to help? And actually around this time, there was, we were given a grant and we were able to kind of have some startup funds to purchase some items. And it kind of became more of reality then, where we had, we had it already. We had some money to be able to make it happen. And let's see. And I also wanted, sorry, go ahead.
Did it start with I think it started as maybe a staff project?
It did. It did. And then the grant kind of came at a different time, but still we were able to use that to, to service our students and to just have those startup funds, because that's the initial thing, is like, hey, where are we going to get this money? What are we going to do? And I also wanted to mention that, like, the Share and Care Center's logo is give if you can and take if you need. So we kind of want to encourage students of all income levels to use it if they need to use it, or to give back if they want to donate. We know and we understand that it's important to aid our students in ways other than just academics. I think that, we want our students to be at their best, and they're only going to be at their best if they are, if they're struggling at home and we're able to do something to help, then that student's going to become a better student academically. And, I think that that's really important. We also want to try to break the stigma of, only people who have low incomes need help, because that's not always true. We don't always know what people are going through. So, the Share and Care Center is kind of a place where people can get donations without having to, well, what is your income? What do you make? It's not about that. It's just about helping our students and serving our students.
Absolutely. I think that's a key. That's great. What kind of items do students receive, or then, like you said, can also donate to the Share and Care Center?
Yeah. So, we are basically just like a pantry. So any food items that we have, they have to be able to have, a good shelf life, where they can sit on a pantry and be okay. We have tons of stuff. We have shampoo, conditioner, soap, deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste, feminine hygiene products. We also have infant supplies. We have diapers, formula, baby food, and then we also have some school items as well that our bookstore donated to us. So some notebooks and pencils and things like that. We have a ton of stuff in there. It's just a ton of stuff. Even from food, we have canned goods, but then we also have ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly, and there's a ton of stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, because a lot of times we think food, and there are, food pantries in our different communities and things, but yeah, sometimes, our students just need school supplies and,
Right.
Can't find them or can't afford them at that particular time. So
Yeah.
I think that's
And
great.
And then another thing I'd like to mention too is, if there's something that a student or wants that we don't have, that kind of helps me if they reach out to me and they let me know, or let somebody know, because then, I can say, hey, we would like to have this donated, because I have people that ask me all the time, hey, what can I donate? So I think it's really, I might not always think of every single thing that I need to buy. It's like, then a student will say, well, I would like to have this. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So we can ask for that for a donation, or, maybe somebody can pick that up at the store or something. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. I just want to just reiterate a little bit, everything that we are giving to them is all brand new in packages. Nothing's like used or anything.
Yes. No, nothing is used. It's all brand new and in packages, that, people that we have either went and bought with funds, or that people have donated.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to just reiterate that. So let's talk about the process. So if an SCC student needs to receive assistance at any time, what's the process for them? How do they do that?
So the first step would be to reach out to our SCC Share and Care email. And this is for any student that's enrolled in any KCTCS courses. So even if you're a student that lives in Somerset, but you're enrolled in a hazard course, you can still use, the SCC Share and Care Center. And from there, after they email us, we'll just get a little bit of information from them, not income based or anything, just really your name and your student ID number and what items that you'd like to have. And then we'll go from there about trying to find a place to meet where you can get your items. And I also wanted to say, we're located on the Somerset campus. The one that I'm actively, doing is, but we also have one that just opened on our Laurel campus as well. And then even if you are a student that is maybe, you live in Casey County, we can get your stuff to the Casey Center. We can do, Casey, Clinton, McCrary, or Russell. We can work on getting your items there. So that's not something that we don't want you to have to worry about. Well, I would like to come and use it, but I live 2 counties away and, I can't make it there because I don't have the gas. We want to be able to help you. And we have tons of employees that are going from Somerset to Russell to, to here and there. So I have had to help people that are at different centers, and I've not ever had an issue. I mean, it's been great. Everybody is wanting to help and, to actively participate in it. And it's really nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. Figure out how to get it to them.
Yeah. And I also just wanted to say, if you're a student and you need assistance, just please reach out and we'll try our best to help you with anything we can. And another thing that I did want to mention is that it's completely confidential to use as well. This is not something that we're going to be broadcasting all over. So and so use this. This is not. It's not anything like that. It's completely confidential between you and the employee that's serving you.
Yeah, absolutely. And that email, like we have it shared on the screen there,
Yes.
that just goes to 1 or 2 people, whoever's checking it, and it's just basically to get the products and stuff to you. So,
right. Right.
We're not keeping track of that in any way.
Right. Absolutely.
And it won't affect you as a student at all.
No.
Now there is a limit, right? Is that right?
Yes. That was another thing. See, this is why I was trying to write stuff down. I was like, I'm going to forget.
That's okay.
Right now we have it set to where, if you're a student, you can come in and use it once a month. So, let's say you come in today on the 23rd of July, and then you come back next month. You can actually use it anytime in August, just once a month. We're not waiting until, the 23rd of next month, just
Right.
once a month that you can come in and use it. So it's just, it might not help with everything, but it does give that little bit of help to that student and that family, and that's what we want to be able to do.
Absolutely. It's really just a supplement, for things
Right.
that you need. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And I mean, I'm assuming, we've kind of set that limit because we didn't know how far everything would last and, how many people would be using it and stuff.
Right.
So I'm sure that could change in the future for right now.
It could. And like it's just something that we set. We actually kind of went off of Bluegrass actually has theirs is called something different. It's not the Share and Care Center, but they have one as well. And we kind of went based on what they were doing just to start off to just see and kind of fill it out. And, this has been going since February, so it's still relatively new. So, there's things that could change or whatever, but this is kind of what's going on right now and what we're trying to shoot for. And we are, we rely on donations a lot too. So that's something that's always really important. If anybody can donate or wants to donate, please reach out to me and ask me, even if it's something you're like, well, I'm not sure if they can use it. Just reach out to us on that email, or you can reach out to me personally and ask. And I don't care a bit to help you.
Absolutely. Okay. It's just another great resource that we offer to our students. And that's what we're here for. I mean, the employees and staff, interact with students all the time, and we see sometimes that there's needs, and just try to put things together just like this. So
Absolutely.
I think that's super awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tosh, for joining us and for all this
You're
great
welcome.
information. And like she said, if you'd like to receive or donate items, you can email that Share and Care Center, and that information will be on the screen there. Just want to remind you, if you've not registered for a free t-shirt, a free SCC t-shirt yet, that information, that link is in the chat box, and also on Facebook. It will be in the comments. You have till 4 o'clock to register and get yourself a free SCC t-shirt. So now, if you have listened to some of this information and you've decided that you want to become an SCC student, your next step is to complete the online application, which is on our website. From our homepage, right in the middle, you'll see this box and you'll click Start Your Application. You will need your social security number, an email address for us to contact you, and the name of your high school and any colleges that you have attended. And if you're not quite sure you want to apply yet, but you definitely want us to send you some more information, you can click the Request Information link, and that will get you on our email list, and we will also mail out some information to you. You can put a specific program you're interested in, and we will send you that information. Also, if you'd like to tour our campus, we are doing individual tours, and you can schedule those on our website. Just go to our homepage, and in the middle, select Schedule a Tour. There will be some dates listed there that you can choose and just put in your information, and we will get you details on how we are going about those tours. So right now we will take any questions. If anybody has any questions, you can put them in the chat box. You can unmute your microphone and ask those. Or we know sometimes if you'd rather call or send us a message later, our information is on the screen. That is our main college phone line. And then also the Somerset Recruiting email is on the screen, and we are happy to answer any questions that you have. If we can help you to do your application, get enrolled, transcripts, anything like that, please feel free to reach out to us. And we look forward to welcoming you. I will open it up for questions just for a couple minutes. Let me just check the chat box and see. And Elaine Wilson has also put her information in our chat box as well. So thank you, Elaine. She is the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion here at the campus. And just while we wait to see if anybody has any questions, I'll just let you know that I think next week will be our last Thursdays at 3 with SCC Virtual Open House. We have run these every Thursday at 3 o'clock since the middle of May. So we have covered a lot of good information. They have all been recorded and are posted on our website under announcements. So you could go there and view any of the programs that we've talked to or any of the student services that we've talked to. The college offers so many different things, so many programs, so many services that we're serving to help our students. So there's so much information, but you can definitely check that out. And like I said, if you have any questions about anything, you can always feel free to call or email us. We are very happy to help. We are here working. If we're not on campus, we are working from home, and we'll continue to do that until we can all come back to campus. So just so you know, we are here for you. I hope that we are looking forward to welcoming you to our SCC family. Everybody is welcome here, and we hope to try to help you find your career goals, your education goals, and we will see you next week. Hope you can join us for our last installment of Thursdays at 3 with SCC, our virtual open house. Thank you, everybody.